Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Drama Zone. Today I will explain episode 2 of new Korean drama My Demon. Once Doohee returns, she is shocked that the cake has already been touched. She asks why he started without her and brutally responds that he has no clue what she is talking about. He doesn't know or care that it is her birthday and just wants his free time back. Doohee is hurt by his words and orders him to be less rude if they ever meet again. On her way back, Doohee wonders how her grandmother could set her up with such a jerk. She asks Dejong about the article. Dejong already looked into it and discovered that No Suwon, CEO of Myri Apparel, is behind it. Doohee is sad that someone in her family is always coming for her. She was adopted by Cheon-suk when her parents died, and even though the rest of the family acts friendly towards her, she knows they are plotting against her. The family consists of No Suk-min, CEO of Myri Electronics, and Madam Ju's eldest son, and his wife, Kim Se-ra, managing director of Myri Electronics, and their shy son, No Do-jaeyoung. Secondly, Madam Ju's daughter No Suwon and her twin sons. Lastly, Ju Suk-hoon, Madam Ju's nephew. Out of all these people, Madam Ju only trusts Doohee, and this infuriates the other family members. For this reason, Doohee is always watching her back. On the drive back after the date, she gets a mysterious call from an anonymous caller. The caller says he has priceless information that can help her become the chairwoman of Myri Group. Doohee becomes more suspicious and asks Dejong to look into Suwon's schedule. She then gets a cryptic message from Madam Ju saying goodbye. Of course, Doohee is worried and rushes to the hospital. She is slightly pissed when she learns her grandmother was pranking her. Madam Ju wants to celebrate her birthday and be there for her. We learn that Doohee's parents died on her birthday 20 years ago, and since then, she no longer celebrates the day. Madam Ju argues that it is time to change this tradition and also get Doohee married. She wants Doohee to find someone to be there for her when she is gone. To push her point across, she gifts Doohee 2 rings, one for her future man and herself. Doohee patiently explains she doesn't wish to be married. Then Madam Ju asks Doohee if the date went well, and Doohee says it was awful. Madam Ju worries that Doohee doesn't like her date because of his looks, and Doohee says all the man has is looks. Dejong interrupts them and announces there was a mistake with the date. Elsewhere, Goo-won continues to run his foundation as usual and peacefully watching Jae-young performance. Then he receives a call from Dejong, apologizing for the confusion and offering compensation. Goo-won rudely says there is no need and hangs up. Madam Ju is surprised by his attitude and decides to get Doohee another blind date, but she runs out of the room. Meanwhile, Jae-young is hurt that Goo-won went on a date with a human girl. Goo-won is pissed as she and Bakyu argue about who understands him more. They ask how Goo-won feels being an immortal and whether he is lonely. Goo-won says he likes it, and living as a predator forever is great. After chatting with her grandmother, Doohee is informed that Suwon is currently having a staycation in Sokcho. Doohee decides to drive to Sokcho and confront Suwon. Unfortunately, when she gets there, Suwon is long gone. Doohee stays back and visits the beach, where she reminisces about her parents and the last time they celebrated her birthday. On the other hand, the man who mysteriously called her saying he has some information is attacked and killed. After spending the rest of the day at the beach, drinking soju, she calls for a driver. However, the driver turns out to be the man who killed the anonymous caller. Doohee realizes she is in trouble when she wakes up while he is driving, and she sees a message from the driver app on her phone. She tries to act calm and asks who he is. The man stops the car and says that is the wrong question. She should instead ask why she is about to die, and he says it is because of Cheon-suk. He gets in the back seat and tries to knock her out using a chloroform-dipped handkerchief. Thankfully, Doohee manages to get out of the car and starts running. In the meantime, Goo-won is looking for a new target and senses her. He teleports to her, and she begs him to help her. She believes he is her best option to make it out alive. He clarifies that he can only help if she agrees to a deal. Do-hee is scared as the killer approaches her with a knife and agrees to make a deal. However, considering it is an urgent issue, Gu-won decides to handle the man before making her sign the contract. As Gu-won fight the man, Do-hee runs back to the car and tries to drive off. She stops in her tracks when Gu-won throws the killer against the windshield and tries to hide against the bridge. Gu-won approaches her to help, and the man wakes up and drives the car towards them. Gu-won tries to use his power to teleport them, but it fails. Do-hee slips from his hand and falls into water. Gu-won also jumps after her. They fall into a body of water, and Do-hee is the first to recover her consciousness. She starts saving herself but decides to go back for Gu-won. However, she is unable to lift him to the surface and passes out. As she struggles to hold his hands, the demon mark on his hand is transferred to hers. They later wake up ashore, and Do-hee is happy they are alive. However, Gu-won is puzzled by his missed demon mark. He is even more shocked to see the mark on Do-hee's hands. He grabs her hand, and the water from behind them starts slowly rising, and time suddenly slows down. The episode ends with Gu-won and Do-hee staring at each other as the water droplets behind them make such a beautiful, cascading fountain frozen in time. Thanks for watching, see you in the next episode.